Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new season of the Inferno. Move aside, LeBron, because guess who had a more anticipated return? We did. That's who. I'm Johnny Soto, and I will be your host for today's show. And with me, we have our panel that includes Anthony Mitchell.
Whammy!
Joe Cortez.
He punted Baxter.
And Torrance Dunham.
60% of the time, it works all the time.
It was arguably the biggest game of the year for ASU as they welcome in number 11 UCLA for a Thursday night showdown. ASU was without their starting quarterback Taylor Kelly, so Mike Brkovici took the starting nod. And ASU actually came out strong in the first half and at one point led 17-6. And then the second half happened, and well, the Bruins just dominated the game and won by a score of 62-27. To break down the game, I'll toss it over to the panel.
Last night's loss was painful on so many different levels. ASU had their problems all over, but moving the ball wasn't one of them. ASU had over 600 yards on offense, 620 to be exact. What was a problem? Two things. First thing, DJ Foster only had 9 carries. 9! If one of the best backs in the nation only touches the ball 14 times, he did have 5 catches after all. Yeah. But if he only touches it 14 times, you're going to be in trouble. Second of all, turnovers. ASU turned the ball over 4 times. That's a potential 28 points off the board right there. And throwing the points UCLA scored off those turnovers, we may have a different tone talking about the game today.
You know, I wasn't impressed with the Devils' defense in the first couple of games, and it didn't get any better Thursday night. The Devils continue to have problems taking down ball carriers. Multiple broken tackles allowed UCLA to continue creating big plays. The defense was mismatched all night long and showed their youth. The team wasn't too bad before halftime, but obviously UCLA found something in ASU's team and exploited it, while ASU could not get back on track and respond to the change. If it is not fixed quickly, the season could be over really quick.
It could get ugly fast.
Post-game, Todd Graham called that a coaching error. He said that they only work tackling 15 minutes a game in practice. I think that's unacceptable. But yeah, you know, in an outcome like that, it's a natural reaction to look for a scapegoat, and why not Mike Brkovici? You know, he's filling in for Taylor Kelly. It's his first start, and it's a blowout. Gotta be him, right? Absolutely not. This is a defensive loss. The Bruins had 5 80-plus yard gains. That's hard to come back from. You know, it was a night of records, though. Student attendance record, 12,999. 6 people made it out to the game. And in Burko's first primetime start, he went 42 of 68, 488 yards in the air, and 3 touchdowns. Granted, he threw 2 interceptions, one of which was a pick 6 with Romo-esque timing, but that's not bad considering the sheer volume of attempts he had. He actually set a school record for attempts and completions, passer rating of like 130. The problem, though, was that we set another school record. Most points ever let up at home was 62. That's a problem. Johnny?
Thank you, panel. Now let's turn it over to Maddie Hyman, who will update us on the current Pac-12 standings as of this Friday morning.
Thank you, Johnny. The Pac-12 South is shaping up to be a great division. Leading is the Arizona Wildcats. Yes, the Wildcats. Flag guys, you had one job. The 4-0 Arizona is followed up in the Pac-12 North or South by UCLA, Arizona State, USC, and rounding out the bottom is Colorado. In the Pac-12 North is number 2 Oregon, who will play the Pac-12 South leading Wildcats on Thursday. The Ducks are followed by Washington, and then Stanford, who's ranked 5th, and then Washington State rounds out the bottom. Back to you, Johnny.
Since we're so artsy here at the Inferno, we decided to bring back the Pick'em segment. So let's get right to it. Number 16 Stanford will head up north to take on the undefeated Washington Huskies. Panel, does Washington improve to 5-0 on the year, or does Stanford ruin their little perfect season?
Well, Johnny, as you said, they're undefeated, and if all we looked at was wins and losses, I'd go Huskies, but this is real life. I'd be shocked by anything other than a Cardinal victory. You know, they're ranked 16th for a reason. Washington's gone toe-to-toe with some scrubs and barely won.
Eastern Washington.
Add that to the fact that Stanford's defense looking super strong. You know, they've got a couple goose eggs already on the season. Fear the tree.
Anthony, you silly goose. That's the wrong tree.
All right, guys. So, you know what? If there was an upset, it might be this one. You know, Stanford is going on the road for the first time this year, and the Huskies have scored big at home so far.
You're not doing what okay, go. Keep on going.
You know, see, here's why. As I said, the Huskies, when they blow out people, they really do it well. But those people have been scrubs, but they do well at home. You know what? I'm going to go on a limb and say big shakeup in the north, Huskies.
All right, man.
Have you ever seen a dog, Torrance?
It looks, see, I got the fur right there and the little curly ears and
That looks like an ambient nightmare.
Judging by the way you dodged the question, I am guessing you haven't seen a dog in your life before.
I've seen a couple dogs.
No, I don't think you have.
Though. I saw Husky once.
Anyways. Stanford's game, their first game on the road, their game travels well. There is absolutely no tricks to their offense whatsoever. They're going to line up, and they are going to run right at you.
Smash
Stanford
mouth,
all
old
the
school.
way.
Pac-12 championship, never forget. Johnny.
Next, we have the Beavers of Oregon State traveling to Southern California to take on number 18 USC. Gentlemen, do the Beavers have it in them to hand USC their second straight loss of the season, or will USC avenge their loss?
USC is coming off a debacle against Boston College. You know, this is a team who was ranked top 10 about a week ago. I think they come out mad, play with something to prove, and yeah, they pelt some Beavers. This is a Trojan horse.
USC is interesting. They invaded Stanford and beat the Pac-12 champion in a solid 13-10 win, then went cross country and lost to Boston College, allowing them to run all over them in a 37-31 loss. Team's back at home with a week of rest. USC is a better team than Oregon State. I don't see an upset here. I think USC will return to form and fix all the problems that occurred in Boston. See, look,
That's not bad. That's not bad. Anthony, you managed to make Torrance's Husky look good. Anyways,
There we go.
It's rough.
Oregon State beat Portland State earlier this year. Portland State was the only win Cal had last year. So when USC beats them, does that mean they're going to storm the field like they
That would be
down
amazing,
south?
please.
No, they're not. We're going USC. We got our little V for victory. I don't know what they do down there.
And last but not least, we have an SEC matchup that will feature the Missouri Tigers taking on number 13 South Carolina Gamecocks. Both of these schools are 3-1 on the year. So panel, which team gets their fourth win on Saturday?
Well, you know, this one should be interesting. It's an SEC matchup. Tensions are going to be high, and I know that South Carolina is the favorite, but I would not be at all surprised if Mizzou took advantage of some shoddy Gamecocks defense. Gut feeling, Tigers.
The Gamecocks have been heating up since they lost to A&M. Meanwhile, Missouri just lost a close game to Indiana. The Gamecocks are a better team and is playing at home with some confidence. I'm going with South Carolina, on this one. How do you guys like my chicken?
Is that a lollipop?
It's a chicken
Oh,
with
man.
some right.
Torrance, that's
Yeah.
going right on the fridge.
Excellent. Yes, right next to my A+ paper.
Should have made that
Back
out
in
of
second
macaroni.
grade.
Well, anyways, the South Carolina loss to A&M was bad, but not nearly as bad as Mizzou's loss to Indiana, the Hoosiers.
Wow.
The basketball school. Anyways, I'm going with USC again, this time South Carolina. Johnny?
Well, that's all for today's show. On behalf of the panel, Maddie, and our production crew, I'm Johnny Soto, and this has been the Inferno. Tune in next week.